Got people watching the show. Well, that's nice. Let me get the light right, and then you'll actually see me, Knight. Yes, there we are. A little lower on that. There we go. There we are. Hi, everybody. How are we doing? Happy Sunday. I know this is a rarity, huh? Wait a second. Time out. I want to do this. What's it? Alt Control Plus. There we go. Now I like the Oman. I personally like the Oman Army. The DavidOman Army. Nightly David. Very funny, Smith. Very funny. God, the camera. Somebody said that it's better to have the camera angle where you're lower than the camera, so the camera's above you. I think it was Bridget Marquardt. Unfortunately, it doesn't feel that comfortable. Oh, yeah, let me turn on the bell. Yes, I left Bob Lowe another message last week. Hope this thing's charged. I'm going to turn on the ball. There you're on. So I finally broke down and joined TikTok. That's what I was doing today between, 4:30, 4:40, and 6, about 7 o'clock. So that's why I asked. You want me to turn the light? I'll turn the lava lamp. You know, the only problem is this thing will take about, oh shit, what the fuck? What the, oh no. Oh, no, oh no, it's not plugged in. Bear with me while I plug in my lava lamp. Yeah, oh yeah, there's a plug. That should do it. There we go, lava lamp. So, crap, you know something? I'm going to do something. I'm going to blow this up. The screen's just too small. What's wrong lighting? What? Different. Is that better? Yeah, but it's also depends what you put in your, if you have makeup on as well. So, I mean, yeah, my face has got a little bit of a greasy, slimy to it. Well, here, there's this light, there's this light, there's this light. Hi, Evie. This is perfect, Pat. Which one? Pat, which one? This one? No more glare. Which, this one? Is that too much glare? How's this one? You have 3 choices: A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3. There's 3. A, B, C. Which one? Which one? This one? Thanks, Merlino. You're too fucking. Yeah. There's only 3, so it's A, B, or C. This is the white light. This looks a little disgusting. That's a little darker. They all suck. Let's be honest. There's nothing good about these lights. They all suck. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is, Shit, where the hell's my seat? My seat's here. My seat's where? So I'm trying to read. So, God, it feels uncomfortable. The look, I feel it's just a little too up above. So in any event, follow me on TikTok. God, it's so hard to say that. The Oman House _ I haven't got any videos. I'm going to start putting up the videos and stuff. But you know what I like about it is the fact that I don't have to sit there and deal with the explanation of what the hell you're going to see. For me, that makes it so much easier to upload just raw footage of evidence of stuff that's happened here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to join TikTok. I joined TikTok, so follow me there. Cat ball went off already? You're kidding me. Now that took a lot of force for me to have to bang it to get that thing to go. Nice lava lamp. Thank you, except it's not exactly on. That was me. Shh. Reggie, what's the matter with you? Sam? So no, I went out Friday and Saturday to visit my friend who was my friend Kristen Medell Simpson, who was over at the LA Equestrian Center in Burbank. So I got to hang out with her and her 18 horses and her son. When you moved the chair, the ball went off at the same time. Really? No. This chair being moved has nothing to do with this. Because if I have to do that. Yeah, let's reset. Sam, we're upstairs. Come on. All right, you can stop blinking now, Blinky. All right, so it takes enough force for that to do. Rustic Sar says, Rocky, there, like it's free. Hey, Carrie, how are you? How's your trip? I saw you guys were traveling again. And thanks again for last Friday night for the anniversary for being here. That was a pretty spectacularly crazy evening. I have spoken to Scott Michael since the event. I actually saw him yesterday. He was taking a private tour around and he stopped by to show them the house. And he was expressing his complete admission that it was just way too much energy on that event that last Friday night a week ago. Hey, band. No, I didn't ride. She does hunters and jumpers, and I just go there for horse therapy to hang out with them. You like this old school? This is not the old school. This is probably a more modern version. I have an old school lunchbox I'll bring up. I promised you I'd bring it up last time. I'll go downstairs at some point and pick it up. Really, I'd love for you to host a podcast where you talk to people about their spooky experiences. No. Absolutely, positively not on your chance, on your life, Lino. No way. No, I saw that. I'd say something, but Carrie, I don't go into that. Hey, Chad, how are you? Yeah, if you like the Ouija board lunchbox, you probably like the Ouija board table right here. And the Ouija board rug that I have right underneath it. Plus, I also have like a towel that's a Ouija board towel, and I have a Ouija board. Was it a microfiber like blanket, a small one that's like 4 foot by 6 foot, which is great. I'm glad you like that, Pat. No chance, Merlino. David. Do you know how many people already? I have this and I'm going. Like, what the? No, I do not want to be the Dear Abby of the paranormal world. Is basically what you're asking of me. No freaking way, man. What I mean by that is I have enough difficulty wrapping my fingers around some of the crazy shit that happens here at the house. Do you know how much more difficult it would be if I became a receptacle or receiver of more of other people's information? My goddamn ears would be bleeding. As it is, I have people that are writing to me and sending me messages asking about this experience they're having and that experience in their house. And in most cases, I'm not, as I said, the Dear Abby of the paranormal thing, so I don't know what to say. In some cases, I get information, I go, oh, this is what's going on. And they go, oh, wow. How did you know? He goes, I don't know. I'm just telling you. And they go, that works. That sounds right. So what happened to your table? I still have the two tables. The Ouija board table is still here. And I still have those two gosh darn collapsible poker tables that I'm trying to get rid of that my friends left here when they left here 5 years ago and stiffed me on a couple of but we'll not get into it. I've got a couple of very nice tables if anybody would like to buy. And you want to call them haunted? I can't, but I'll tell you they've been here for 5 years. Yeah, for 5 years now, plus 6 years they've been here now. Because they brought them in 6 years ago and they left a year later, but they left the tables. So they're pretty nice. They stand at about 40 inches and they go down to about 37 inches in height. The Ouija board. I show you the Ouija board table. Reggie, you're sitting right underneath Daddy's feet. Here's the Ouija board table, guys, we're talking about. Yeah. Ain't that a kick in the head? And yes, it's the shape. It actually has the point. There you go. You see that? And you see what's below it? That's right. It's a Ouija board rug. That, again, was made by the gentleman who painted the Sharon Tate piece there. And, of course, he painted the other Sharon Tate pieces that you've seen around the house. He's the artist Joey Maas, M-A-A-S. He will be having a, sometime in the next couple of months, we're going to do a, that's the litter box going off. We're going to have an art exhibit here of his. When Spirit opens, they usually have a decent, I don't know about that, Pat. I've had these Ouija board tables. We had Nick Roth here a number of years ago with Katrina Weidman, and the three of us were sitting here putting our hands on the planchette. It was a goof. It was a goof of a picture, but yeah, that too. Well, that too as well, Weez, because there are lots of people out there that would like to, bullshit about this and that. Thanks, Chad. I appreciate it. But, very funny, Pan. Yeah, somebody sent me a message. Oh, that's right. Virginia sent me a message. She's a friend on Instagram, and her mom passed away a few months ago from cancer. And she was telling me that, that while her mother was alive, that her and her mother would watch my videos. And she says, it's one of the few times her mom actually smiled and laughed and stuff was when, and smiled. And when she saw my videos, she would just, and it was so, it just struck such a nerve and a chord in me that when I heard that it really raised her spirits and made her feel, took her mind off of her pain of her cancer. I just was like so happy to hear that. It really made me feel, like, gee, I actually made a difference in somebody's life in a positive way. So to me, it was really interesting. Yeah, it was very cool. I really appreciated it. Hey, Kira, how are you? Yes, it does look like it is. It's about 4 feet by about 2.5 feet across at the largest point. Very funny, Merlina, but yes, I understand exactly what you're saying there. No, Moss, not Joey Pass. Joey, M-A-A-S. Please, if anything, don't even throw that out there, because this is his, that's his work and his artwork and his name. And if anything, I owe him a debt of gratitude. He's already painted and given to me the one Sharon, the two Sharon, the three Sharons, the three large Sharon Tate portraits. He also did the portrait of the house. He also did the planchette. He also painted the Jim Morrison piece on the second floor. So I mean, if anything, I want to make sure that his name gets spelled properly and that the recognition that he is due is spread upon the world and the globe, and that he benefits from this. Yes, I do have the. Yes, I have the Funko Ouija planchette. And don't ask me why, man. The Funkos I've got, if I'm not mistaken, every single Funko I have, with the exception of this, yes, is Beetlejuice. That's what's so crazy. I have Beetlejuice Funkos. I do when I have the money, and I mean literally have the extra spare cash. Let me just straighten this out a little. I do want to get a custom Funko of myself, because I've seen people have made their own custom Funko one-offs, and it's like, oh yeah. And what shirt we're gonna go with is this. Hey, by the way, since you guys are now watching, I have 31 of you people watching this. Follow me on TikTok, The Oman House, all lowercase _. Sean Joey Moss. I was seeing Joey Moss' site the other day. His stuff is amazing. Yeah, Pat, that's it. Yeah, the Funko planchette, I swear. The Ouija Museum, I can't imagine what that must be like. Will he paint a portrait of me for you to hang in your house? No, he'll paint a portrait of you to hang in your house, Merlino. I don't need a portrait of you. Thank you very much. But yes, he will. He can do commission work. Yeah, Pat, the Morrison piece, he said to me, he goes, I like that piece as you go down the stairs. I said, you mean the full body? He goes, yeah. He goes, I think I want one. I say, what? He goes, yeah, if you want, because I can paint that, a large version of that image of Morrison in my style, in a stylized. I said, oh. He goes, yeah, it's a full body from the boots all the way to the top, at full size. I said, 6 feet? He goes, yeah. I said, that would be crazy. I just don't know where to put it. But not really. I'm not into the Funkos. Like I said, it's just somebody bought me the goddamn Beetlejuice when I was a kid. And I just fell in love with it. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was like, all right, I got to get. Then I was like, how many of them are there? There's like 12. I said, okay, fine. I said, that's it. And I made it my mission. Upon which time was when I found out that some of them were these scarce and rare versions and editions, limited. And I'm like, how the fuck much for this? I said, I'm not paying $150 for a stinking little Funko doll. I said, $20, fine, break the bank for that. But it was like, I waited and I finally found somebody that had one for sale that was cheaper. And it's like, all right, it's 50 fucking bucks. It's the last one. So I spent $50, and I think that was for the two, what is it? The Beetlejuice and the whorehouse. I'm sorry about that, Evie. I just have to do it for business purposes to help get the movie and the TV show out there, apparently. I have an ultra scarf for the Ouija. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Kira. Exactly. You buy a Funko figure of me. I like I said, there was the Funko store over in Hollywood, and I've never been there, but apparently that's where you can go get them custom made. It's like, how many do you have to get a discount? Because I know they're kind of pricey to get the one-offs, which makes sense. If you're doing one-off, guess what? Pay the bucks, baby, because you want one. We're going to have to special order it and make it for you, even though it's the same freaking body. They put on a different shirt. I said, no, if you're going to do it, you got to do it with this shirt. I mean, this is what the TikTok emoji's got. It's got this guy with this kind of hair, and it's got this shirt. And I said, that's too fucking much. I said, did AI? He goes, yeah, AI did that. I said, well, he used the right shirt. So, hey, Jack, how are you? Yeah, I just was telling you, I just joined TikTok. Yeah, finally, after years and years and years of not. Yes, Friday Beers. Yes, Friday Beers is funny. Where's my trolls back? Which one, band? What do you mean rip? Hold it. One of the kids from Friday Beers died? Audra, what's the name? Don't give me a name. I don't know. Who said what? Who's the troll? Yeah, I'd like to do that. I stop with the merchandising. Once things start getting established, maybe I'll do it. I was talking to these people that were here helping me with the TikTok and saying, there's merchandise and this and that's going like, what? Well, we can do playing cards or trading cards. I said, from the movie? He goes, yeah, from the movie. I'm going, oh my God. I said, I got to sell the movie before I spend a dime on T-shirts, hats, keychains, trade cards. There's just all these things they were talking about. And the Funko figurines are quite expensive. But I like the idea. I think it'd be classic. Thank you very much, Chad. Yeah, who's... Oh, you love the series. I think when you said Rip Billy, I meant R.I.P., meant rest in peace. So I thought he's dead. Yeah, I'd like them to come back. As a matter of fact, Jack, they were good. But like I said, I told her, I said, don't. She goes, look, if you want to get combative, that's okay, because we like that stuff, because we like that. They like that kind of drama. And I said, well, look, I said, I don't like it. That's what we. So that's why there was that kind of like confrontation, and he kept on banging the crap out of the bell, And I kept saying, don't bang the bell, don't bang the bell. I said, it's delicate. If you break it, you're going to buy it because it's $400 to spend to buy it, and I'm not doing that. So he kept on goofing on it, and apparently he likes to do that with anybody that reacts, apparently. So the producer of the show said, yeah, he likes to push people's buttons when he gets on the show. I said, what? He goes, he makes it his business for drama, for dramatic purposes, to like, if he sees that somebody's easily annoyed or reacts, he goes full fucking force right into it, like that, like running into the eye of the storm. He goes, he's all in. I said, really? He goes, oh, he's been like that since we were kids. I knew him since he was, I said, well, he goes, oh yeah, he used to do that to me. He knew that I was sensitive about something. He just kept banging, pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing the button. He goes, what button? He goes, it pissed me off to the point where I reacted. He got all into it. He loved it. So as we call him, he's a mixer. He likes to cause shit to stir things up. And he goes, yeah, he goes, no problem with how you react. He goes, I reacted that way as well. And so did so many others. So that's part of the show. Do I have a tarot set? What would I do with a tarot set? I once upon a time had a tarot card set that somebody gave me, and then somebody gave me something called the Angel Card set. So I've also got the gosh darn bag of ruins. You ever hear of that? They're little clay tablets, and each one is a different ruin. The ruin stones. I used to play with that. And what's funny is, you know, they gave you the book, and the book says, here's what the interpretation is. People got so pissed off that they said, what if it's upside down? And it's supposed to be, or it started out in the original book, that it didn't matter if it was upside down or right side up. The meaning behind the stone was the meaning behind the ruin stone. Yeah, hi, Rob. What's up? How could you, Rob? I don't have any T-shirts, and certainly there's none available on my website, so I don't. Live streams. Well, that's good. I hope it was entertaining, Rob, from 2 years ago. Make your own with Sharon on? No, Kira, I can't do that. My ass off. You didn't professionally. Ruby the X-rated parrot. Ruby the X-rated parrot? I didn't. I don't remember that. That's for sure. Oh, you read tarot, Audra. About astrology, not so much, really. You read from a picture book called Brenda's Beaver. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, it needs a new. Yeah, I got the whole set. Jesus Christ, that is old. I used to read from. I actually called up the company that puts out the books. Yes, I'll show everybody the book, so don't worry. I'm doing good. Zhao Zhu's Dong. First TikTok video up. Oh, really, Kel? Thanks. Can't wait. The most valuable thing I've learned from the spirits, which wouldn't be the spirits, but from the experiences I've had here, what have I learned? To not be afraid. To really just, I mean, that's the reason why I wrote the book, Goes to Cielo Drive, is to tell people that what you've seen on television and the shows that we've been on about the house aren't exactly, holy crap. Why am I saying holy crap? Because as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, wait a second, the figurines. And I look over and both figurines are knocked over. So look, I'm going to do this. See the two figurines? They're both knocked over. So we're going to put him up, stay up, and you up. And we're going to leave down. Point is that I've been here for 23 years. It'll be in 2 weeks. I'm still here. I'm still standing, living in this environment. And everybody goes, some people said, well, do you come in on weekends or do you come in the place for events? It's like, no, I live here 24/7. More so than most people, because I don't like to go, especially since COVID, go running around and, jumping up and down and doing all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing about the figurines. I think I put them up on Friday, and they've been up, and then they got knocked over once yesterday, and then I think once or twice today. Well, now twice. So hold the door. There's all different types of tarot cards, and there's. Hold on a second. No, I fed him, so he can't be asking for food. All different types. It's supposed to be a tool to help you focus. Me, I used to go to tarot card readers since the age of like 16 to find, ask questions about situations and love life situations and stuff. And how to say this without being insulting? A lot of them were doing cold readings and telling me the crap I wanted to hear, not the truth, which kind of sucks because, yes, everybody wants to hear what they want to hear, but the truth is far more important than hearing what you want to hear, if that makes sense. Meaning, you better take the painful pill because if you're holding out hopes on something that somebody tells you and you think that's going to happen, you might be waiting a long, 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 long time and be disappointed when it doesn't happen the way they said it was. Okay? When did the doll move? You mean the big doll moved? No. Well, no, stop. While I was there moving those two figurines, you're saying the big doll moved? Yeah, we stop it. That's very funny. Bullshit. You're telling me that the big doll moved while I was touching those two figurines and I didn't even get near that big doll. You swear to God. Really? All right, what part of it moved? What part of the doll moved, though? I need to know. But again, band, what part of the doll moved? What am I going to do? I'm going to turn the goddamn camera around, put it on the screen, have to go zip back a few minutes and see that clip and see. Fuck. Shit. All right. I don't know if this camera is going to be the one that's going to capture it. And why do I say that? Because, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if the camera on the figurines was going to catch it because as I was just looking at it, I don't know if I had it far enough back so that the angle would have included that or if it was cut off on the edges, but that camera from a wide shot would have captured it. So the head moved. Yeah, the head looked like it's straight. Oh, okay. All right. If you're telling me that you really saw the head. Oh, fuck. All right, hold on. Stay there. Wait a second. Come on, you. All right, so crapper's ass. All right, how do I set this? I got to set this camera. All right, you have to bear with me. I'm going to try to get you guys to get the view. Then I'm going to go rack. Just trust. I'm going to see what I can do. Shit. All right. So yes, you're going to see what you're going to see like this. I have to reset this like this. Reggie, you're really in the wrong place sitting there in front of the goddamn screen. Yeah, you might want to move your ass. Exactly. All right, so this is, for a few seconds, you're going to have to deal with this. Here, Reggie, do me a favor. I want to get square. Square with, there you go. Good boy. Shift. No. Sorry. I'm trying to fix this gosh darn thing so I can get the camera. Come on. No, you son of a bitch. There you go. That's the ticket. There we go. That's the ticket. Come on, a little more. All right, straight. There you perfect. All right, so I'm lining you up. Yeah, you by them, you watching. All right, so this is the big screen. Yes, it's going to go into infinity mode for a few seconds. Just bear with me, kids. All right, let's go. No. There, all right. How about a little bit on me? Trust me, you'll be fine, guys. Wait a second. Oh, shit. Sorry. Wait. First of all, turn this goddamn flashlight off. You don't need that on. There you go. That's one thing. Sorry. Damn it, I did it again. Yeah, and I'm not Britney Spears either. All right, I need to go back. Yes. That's more like it. All right, first of all, bear with me, guys. I have to just put this mouse back on. Yes, the mouse. You mousy motherfucker. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right, no, to cancel, you stupid son of a bitch. No, get out of there. All right. Yes, I want to go to there. All right. 1, 2, 3. Come on, jump in. Okay, let me straighten this out. But that's good. Good enough. Oh, yeah, you're right. Turn the lights off. There we go. Much better. Where's my gosh, John? What's going on here? There we are. Seriously, guys. Oh, look at that. We got a car driving down the street. Yum, yum. Oh, we might have it. Let's see if that worked. Come back. Yes, connect to the cameras, you stupid pain in the ass. Oh, not this again. Don't give me that fail. I'll give you fail. You're getting an F on your grades. Come on, you son of a bitch. Oh, you're going to be a pill, are you? Go piss in the wind. All right, you're going to be a pill. Bear with me, guys. I'm having my wet hair. There we are. Now give me this. See, unfortunately, I just moved this. So let's see. Remote playback. I said it was 7:30. I mean 8:30. So let's do this. Oh, we have to go here to here to 8 would be 20. That doesn't matter. We want to go to 25. All right, let's see what the hell we come up with, kids. Oh, right. What am I looking for? You want me to get the figurines? Ah, that's not the figurines. Is it garage? I gotta fix that. Not right. Bear with me, guys. This is a mess. Well, that's the master bedroom, you son of a gun. That's all wrong. Oh, we got everything's all messed up. I'll get it one of these seconds. At least that's right. That's right. This is all the rooms in the house, by the way. I'm trying to find which one is mislabeled. That should be it. But there's Den 1, which should be good. Well, that's us here. All right, so that's a good one. Let's try Theater 4 as the other one. Bingo! See? See what I was saying, kids? See where the head is? So if you got the head and you're talking about it, we might not be seeing it.
You ever hear of that? The little clay tablets, and each one is a different ruin. The ruined stones. I used to play with that. And what's funny is you know, they give you the book, and the book says, here's what the interpretation. People got so pissed off that they say, what if it's upside down? And it's supposed to be right straight out in the original book that it was upside down, right side up. The meaning behind the stone was the meaning behind the ruined stone. Yeah, hey Rob, what's up? How could you, Rob? I don't have these t-shirts, and certainly there's none available on my website, so I don't. Well, that's good. I hope it was entertaining, Rob, 2 years ago. Make your own with share? No, sure, I can't do that. ask, I'll give you an impression. Ruby, the actually a parrot? I don't remember that, that's for sure. Oh, you read tarot, Roger. About astrology, not so much, really. You read from a picture book called Brenda's Beauty. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got the whole set. Right. That is old, I used to read them. I actually called up the company that puts out the books. Yes, I'll show you the reading books, don't worry. I'm doing good. Zhao Zu's song. First TikTok video. Oh, really, Cal? Thanks. Can't wait.
The dog's scaring you. Stop it.
The most valuable thing I've learned from the spirits, which wouldn't be the spirits, but from the experiences I've had here, what have I learned? To not be afraid. To really just, I mean, that's the reason why I wrote the book, Goes to Steal Drive, is to tell people that what you see on television and the shows we've been on about the house aren't exactly, why am I saying horse facts? Because I'm talking to them, I'm thinking, wait a second, the figurines, and I look over and both figurines are knocked over. So look, this, see the two figurines?
They'll go.
They're both knocked over. So we're going to put him up, stay up, and you up. Then we're going to leave down. Point is that I think it's 20 years.
All right, so where's the head move?
I'm still here. I'm still standing, living in this environment. And even if some people say, well, do you come in on weekends or do you come into a place for events? It's like, no, I live here 24/7. More so than most people, because I don't like to go, especially since COVID, you're running around and jumping up and down, doing all that stuff.
I don't see the head move.
Yeah, here's the thing about the figurines. I think I put them up on Friday, and they've been up, and then they got knocked over once yesterday. And then I think once or twice today, well now twice. So, there's all different types of tarot cards, and there's, no, I said it, so you can't do that. All different types, it's supposed to be a tool to help you folks. Me? I used to go to tarot card readers since the age of like 16 to find, ask questions about situations and love situations and stuff. And
her head hasn't moved.
how to say this without being insulting?
I wish it would.
A lot of them were doing cold readings and telling me this crap I wanted to hear, not the truth, which kind of sucks because yes, everybody wants to hear what they want to hear. But the truth is far more important than hearing what you want to hear, if that makes sense. Meaning, you better take the painful pill because if you're holding out hopes on something that somebody tells you and you think that's going to happen, you might be waiting a long time to be disappointed.
No, God. All right, stop that.
Okay?
How do I do this shit?
Hold
on, guys.
You mean a big dog move? No. Well, stop. While I was there moving those two figurines, you're saying big dog move?
All right, stop. Where's the stupid stop button? Just pause. Let's go back to main view. No, didn't move on my end. But in any event, yeah, I'll return you back to your normal seating position here. I'll even get you some light from my face so I'm not in the darkness. It's because I'm all in the dark now. What the fuck? Oh, because I disconnected. Hold on, folks. Bear with me. See, I bored the hell out of people and people left because we're looking at footage from Doesn't Matter footage. Listen, all right, where's this? Got it? Good. Oh, so much better, except the gosh darn camera's way off. And so is the goddamn light. Excuse me. Yes. Wait, I'm going to do... Oh, because I turned off the lights behind me. Hold on. Where are we doing this? I want this to... Hold on, guys. I'm going to turn this off. There, give me some light. You guys don't need it. I need the light. So, yeah, I didn't see it either. It was we all, decided we didn't. Yeah, and the bell did go off once. We did nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing. The figurine didn't get knocked over. There was nothing there. I hate to say it, and we all saw it. So, see Nicole saw something, but we just spent how many minutes? 5 minutes watching the footage from the point where nobody was talking about till something had been discussed. It wasn't there. That's all. Reese, it's nothing. It just isn't there. Thank you very much. Yeah, you are looking. Yeah, no, it hasn't started. It's just beginning to melt. So you got these streaks of wax inside playing around there. Not that I've ever seen. I can't predict the future. I certainly wish I could, Mr. Zhao. I don't know if how would you rather me Zhao, would you want me to say your first name, your middle name, or your last name? You tell me, because obviously it's your choice. I don't want to be rude. You've been on TikTok for 2 years and you don't use it? Wow. Yeah, I noticed that, Rocky. I didn't even think, shit, the son of a bitch, the color's the same as the shirt? That's scary. I'm coordinating with my lamp. I'm sorry. It's just such a hot color. This, God. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Very funny. I had a feeling you were going to say I like Zhao better, or Zhao. Of course. You are hooked up. Love it. Oh God, too funny, LA. I'm so happy. It must be like Letterman or the late night shows on, and the spirit's like, we want to watch. We want to watch. Here, let me. I can't. It's too gosh darn tall. The look on the angle on that, it's just too much. It's just too severe. Oh, you want me to? I'll put that the fuck out. Yeah, that had to be my doing. I don't know how soft that was, but it was hard enough that thing decided to go. Stay. Look, you're a fucking dog. Like she's a dog. What do you want to do for you? What should I do for you? That was me again. Yes, fine. So people were asking about if I believe in astrology, if I can predict the future, or ghosts can predict the future. Get this off of there. God. Not really big into astrology, not really thinking that ghosts can predict the future. I know that what I said about the spirit, what Jay was saying, it was obviously something had happened with the house next door 10 years before they built on it. It's on the property, so that was something I had mentioned once before. My birthday is Tuesday, so trying to get stuff done beforehand. Well, happy birthday, late August Leo. You're literally the late in the Leo transit. No, what I said, Sonny, was that I said that there was spirits here. And in most cases, it's nothing to do with Sharon. It has to do with the people that are there, that somebody that's around them is doing stuff to them. And I say, so who? They said, well, somebody's pulling my hair. And somebody's like patting my hair. I said, who's the first person that popped into your head? And he goes, well, my grandmother used to do that when I was a child. And I go, does it sound about right that that's your grandmother? I said, then I hear it's like, oh, yeah, that's your grandmother. As a matter of fact, it makes sense. That's who's trying to reach out to you. Hold on. Oh, God, no, the freaking... Sorry, guys, I have to move this around because the freaking mouse is not working with the base. There it is. Will you stop that? Shit. Kind of stinks sometimes when you're sitting there trying to get the mouse to work and it's not working. So, again, happy birthday, Lise. I have a spirit. We all have spirits around us, I think, at least one. Well, again, one person cannot do a tarot. You can't do a Ouija board by one person. Was last I checked. So since I'm pretty much by myself, it would be futile for me to bother. Tarot card reading, like I said, was mentioning earlier, it's like using the ruins stones. What I was originally saying is the first incarnation of the rune stones was the rune stones. It said in the beginning, it doesn't matter if it's upside down or right side up. The meaning is still the same. And then they came out with the second edition, where it was the same bag of rune stones, but in the book, it gave you this, if it's upright or if it's reversed, a different connotation to the meaning. At which point I said, that's so much horseshit. How is it that for thousands of years, these rune stones have been around, pre-Roman existence, etc., etc. Now you're changing the gosh darn rules? I said, holy crap. I said, that's the cats. I said, isn't that a kick in the head? I said, I don't understand that. How do you do that? And then I started to dismiss it just because I felt like, there's only 30 rune stones. So there's only 30 meanings to the answers to your questions, which are just what it is. Yep, I was barely a 19th baby. Oh, barely the 19th. Well, you had it all the way to the 22nd of August. So, yes, August 19th. Thanks, I appreciate it. Sure, Lisa, of course. Still here, Galaxy, still here. Well, Annie, it's also because I have the movie. And apparently, believe it or not, to get the movie to kind of like get out there and for sales purposes of selling the movie to like anyone, they want social media presence on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I forgot what the hell. There was a bunch of stuff I have to start doing with it for the movie's sake. And it's like, fine, just do it. I don't care. I don't want to. Rustic starts December 26th. So you're just is that Sagittarius? I forgot what that sign is, but it doesn't matter, Well, you gotta love a helpful spirit there, Nicole. If they're willing to turn the AC on when they feel it's muggy or too muggy for them, they said, get rid of this goddamn humidity. Turn that AC on now. The oblivious choice. Pet detective. What's pet detective? Shannon, not at all. You're not late at all. You're right where you're supposed to be at all times. You're never late. Oh, yeah, Galaxy. So you're one of the people that must have rented it recently then. So, well, as I said to you guys, what we're going to do with the movie is we're going to take the opening clip where you see the newsreel footage and we're going to slide it down 3 minutes so it's after the murders. So it'll go the opening scene, the house is where this murders, where the movie was shot, had all this paranormal experience, etc., etc. Then it'll go through the reenactment of the murders. Then it'll go to the police arriving at this crime scene, reporting to the, about sending the coroner's units, etc., and then it'll be into the newsreel footage, so it makes more sense chronologically speaking. Well, I'm glad you did, Galaxy. Do me a favor, share it with your friends, because it's easier for other people to promote and to tell their friends to see a movie than to hear from somebody who's made the movie, who's trying to get people to see the movie. It's the hard sell versus the soft sell. Kira, where are you at now? Anyways, are you in Vegas? Are you in San Diego? What part of the country are you in? Well, Annie, if that's the case, that's great. Like I said, I have spent thousands in my lifetime of dollars through the years, especially when I was dating different girls and stuff and saying, I want to know about this and that. Most of them, I'd say 90% of them were just absolutely balls to the wall telling me what I wanted to hear. And the problem is the friends of mine who were gifted, who weren't charging me, who were telling me the story of what was going to happen, I didn't want to hear it. So, I mean, the cat ball again? No. Really? Really? Wow. I'm not moving even in the chair. And even if I were, and now I am, I'm not making any effect on the cat ball going off. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. The spirits are with us. They're present as is the case. As this house is, it's always like that. The new sequence for the movie makes sense. You mean the newsreel footage? Well, it's right now. It starts off with the introductions going right into the newsreel. Yeah, why I'm looking there? Because I'm looking there at this going off. Yeah, that ain't me. And I don't want to say it's impossible, but no, it's as cold as ice. I'm not touching that. So again, that's, what can I say? We've got, they're present today. They're ringing the bell, they're playing with the cat toy. That's good. That's wonderful. I'm really, I'm so pleased that they're here with us. But as I said, the idea is with me in the house and the paranormal stuff, it's just part of it's just part of the backdrop of where I live. It's not like it bothers me. And, it's scary stuff. I mean, I've been lucky enough to see an apparition once in my life, and now I've seen it. It's like, that's good. I'd love to see someone else, so to speak. I mean, I really don't need to see Jay again. No offense, Jay. If you want to come back and visit, you're more than welcome. But I mean, I'd like to really see somebody else and just say, wow, I saw a couple of spirits. Crap, let's have a party here and let's get to see all the spirits here. That'd be cool too, I think that'd be great. They'd light up the ball, you can light up the ball, it'd be nice too, so you can acknowledge that I'm being heard by you guys. Well, thanks, Pat. I appreciate that. Yeah, the ball is speaking because you got to hit it to make it move, and no one's hitting it, and I'm not talking excessively loud, like, hey, spirit, can you hear me? Hey, yo. So it's not that, I'm not talking excessively loud right now. Yeah, the ball is speaking, but the bell is speaking as well. What was you saying about the movie that they making? Evie, I was talking about my movie that I made, the House at the End of the Drive movie. So that's what I was talking about. It's just rearranging the beginning scenes of it. Reggie's fine. I mean, he was right here before I had him move so I could move the tripod, but he's doing better, yeah. But he's almost 13 years old, so it's, I always just, what's the word? I'm always aware of his mortality. Once you see an apparition, you always believe after seeing it for yourself. Yeah, well, yeah, he's a senior, but he's in great shape. He still jumps up the hills and runs up the hillside on his own without any problems. You always believe after seeing it for yourself. Well, I'm trying to figure that one out, LA. Well, the thing is, yeah, well, I mean, I don't believe everybody's story because a lot of the stories don't fit into the narrative that I could understand why a spirit would come back with his head after they'd been beheaded and tucked under their arm and walking around like it's no big thing. That doesn't strike me as accurate. I'm sorry. And somebody that says that just makes me go, why? Why don't you do a screening of your film there and we should attend and invite others? Well, all right, can you be a little more clear about what you're trying to, what your thoughts are behind that, Galaxy? I mean, the house is a house is a house is a house. It's not exactly set up as like we could put 60 people to sit comfortably and watch the movie. Now it's a chopper. Good night, Lisa. Take care. Get some rest. I mean, and then what am I doing? Charging, tickets to come see screen the movie here at the house? Shannon, you're too funny. So, I mean, give me an idea of what your thoughts are, because obviously it's a little bit tight as far as space. Yes, you have in this room the surround sound and the 100-inch. In the room right next to us, you just have stereo speakers on the 110-inch screen. And then on the third floor, you have the 220-inch. So, I mean, yes, you could conceivably have all three screens up. I mean, these two being right by one another, playing the movie, and you could fit as many people as you can hear. And then in the dining, and then the den, I mean, the living room. Yeah, well, these are projected. Well, that's what you were just watching. That's the wall with a special screen paint. Well, that's those were different. Those were like ghost investigations where people came for the ghost hunts and stuff, put on through like Orange County Ghosts and Legends, and also American Ghost Walks. No, but Shannon has to be done in the only problem with that, Shannon, is the seating. You've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's you've got comfortable seating in the sofas for 7, okay, and the recliners. Then you got nothing. Because remember, you don't have that big. It's a big screen, but it's not a big room depth-wise. So you only have a certain amount of space. So it gets a little bit difficult. And I have done that for people. Hello, Dana. How are you, foxy lady? You actually appreciate the film. Oh no, I understand what you're saying, Galaxy. But it's logistically speaking, it's the amount of people you can get in. B, it's what is it like a paid? So it's a ticketed event then, a type of thing. There are more chairs. Shannon, there might be 1 million chairs. The question there is where do you put them? Remember, you've got the sofa, the double recliner here, then you got the 3-piece recliner here, and then you got the 2-piece recliner here. And it's not like you want to put people in front of people because the screen is literally 1.5 feet off the ground. So, I mean, it's a thought. I mean, for a sweepstakes type of thing, oh, yeah, absolutely. I'd say the top 7 people that won the sweepstakes, so the top 3 people would get to bring a guest in them to come here to go for a ghost hunt and screen the movie down the 3rd level, sure. But it's just a little bit difficult. Talking about Galaxy Break was thinking that maybe do a private screening here at the house. Oh yeah, no, Pat. Of course, there are theaters. Look, the Bruin in Westwood, right just south of Wilshire Boulevard and Westwood Boulevard, is a theater that I know we've screened the movie at before in a full-size movie theater. So yes, I could do that. I mean, but Galaxy is saying doing it here because you're watching the movie in the house where the movie was shot, and in the theater room where some of the scenes in real life took place, including the Lance Henriksen experience, as he relays the contractor story in the house during the construction, happened in that room. So it's eerie and strange. You go, excuse me, that this is the room where that scene took place. And White goes, this is the room, for real. This is where it all went down. People going, yeah, that wall wasn't there. It was all open. And that's the stairwell that Lance is talking about in the movie. Well, Kira, why not do the screening at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery during the summer? That's what I thought would be the best place to screen the movie. It's like, hell yeah. But people would be there with their gosh darn cell phones and videoing it. And the next thing you know is the bootleg copies are getting out. And it's not exactly, I'll bring my own chairs. Shannon, I have the chairs. I just don't have the space to put them in. Yeah, I'd like to do something like that, but it's very, very difficult to kind of like negotiate that. Yeah, exactly. But you're right. We screened it for people here, and they said, and I said, yeah, this is where that. He goes, no. He goes, yeah, this is the room that the guy is describing that Lance is relating. This is that. I said, yeah. And I've been in that room and heard the voices in that room before we put up the wall down there. And we heard the voices and it was like, oh shit. And the chick bolted out of here after that because she couldn't believe it. Beach chairs. There's not enough room. There's no room there. Once you got those big couches there, you can't sit in front of the people that are sitting in the couches, even in beach chairs, because you're going to be blocking the bottom of the screen with their heads. Yeah, exactly, Shannon. Like I said, like screening it in a movie theater and with like a 500 or 1,000 or 1,500 person movie theater, and then being able to do Q&A afterwards is always the way to do it. No, I really want Jeff Franklin to be driving up and down, making and seeing my movie. No thanks. With people, no, we'll take one of the projectors, we'll project it across the street, and we'll put a big white sheet. And the people will sit in my driveway, we'll be watching the guy. And we'll take the jacks from this, and we'll get the speakers outside. Ask the bell for guidance. Where's the preparation H, the kaopectate, and the Pepto-Bismol? Spirits, chime in. Oh, God, I wonder how much to charge. Pad, we're outside, complete drop off. No, not on that side. He's standing in front. Oh, outside, no, beach chairs outside. That would be good, Sonny. Like I said, they do that. They have people that picnic to watch the movies out there. I think it'd be great to see this movie at the cemetery. That'd be so cool. Hey, Concerned, how are you? It's good to see you too. Yeah, right in front of that. We drop it. We put up a couple of big poles, drop a huge sheet, and I've got the projector. You put the projector on the gosh darn roof, and it broadcasts. It'd probably be about. I could probably get the smallest, probably about 180-inch screen across the, across the thing, and then have maybe sit in the driveway. Rent a mortuary? Oh no, thank you. I don't want to rent a mortuary. Just go to the cemetery, be fine. Oh God, Sonny, stop it. That's not even funny. That's crazy. Saying you have a blow up screen. No, Kira, on the hillside. We would just get a gosh darn big sheet and hang it across. We'd make it work, but I don't want to do that. Not in front of the house. See, I live here. I have neighbors. There was a couple of months ago when all the neighbors were all gone except for Jeff's house. It was rented out. That would have been the night to do it because they were all. And then the house next door was empty, and the house next door on this side was empty. So yeah, it was just two houses. They were both gone for the holidays. They were just gone. The blow-up screens. Yeah, white tarp. Oh, you get a white sheet. Jeff needs to contribute. Oh, stop it, Sonny. We don't tweak the nose of the 10,000-pound gorilla in the room or in the neighborhood. We generally do not want to deal with that crap. You need to go see your grave site. Concerned, why the fuck do you have to go see your grave site? I mean, is there something that you're not telling us about? And if you are, that's okay. You don't have to tell us. I'm just, Well, of course, it's my home, but I mean, as far as my neighbors are concerned, look, TikTok video 2 is up. Oh, really? God, that's great. Dema, you're never late. You're right where you're supposed to be. I'll be the last person to tell you I'm late because usually I'm late to start the show. You know what I'm thinking of doing? I'm getting such a wicked hankering for Tommy's original hamburger. Yes, the original Tommy's hamburger is going through my mind. You know why? They have those double chili cheeseburgers, and they're $3.99, and they're just so freaking good. So I've been on for an hour and 4 minutes. Wow, that's a long time. No. It's nothing on my line. It's there for me. It's there for me. See, here's the thing. I haven't a goddamn plot. I know my mom and my dad, where their plot is out in Forest Lawn, but I have no plot. I really don't spend much time thinking about it. Honestly, the older I get, the more I seriously consider myself saying, look, cremate my freaking body, take my ashes and basically dust them around the mountainside underneath the house on the hillside here. Because A, I don't want to take up space. B, I don't need people to make a pilgrimage to where I died, like the Elvis or any of that stuff. To me, it's like, and more or less, it's just, as my dad said when he ended up dying and telling me about his going to cremate his remains, saying, I don't need to take up space that others could use for something better, for better purposes. And look, who's going to want? I don't want my ashes bouncing around the gosh on whoever this is. I'm going to just dump them where I lived the longest and loved the most, which is in this house, which I built, which was always a dream. So to me, that would be my last eternal wishes. Samantha. She's like looking like she's going to throw up. You need to fill that candy machine. Yeah, no kidding. For when you have events, LOL. Yeah, when you come over, that'll be an event. All right, Dana? Yes, you are being late, builds anticipation. Yes, you are being late. What was that? I missed that. What does that mean? Oh, definitely. Hesitation. All right, very funny. No, In-N-Out is defeated. I'm sorry. I don't care for their hamburgers. The hype about them. I don't need to read a gosh darn Bible verse at the bottom of the gosh darn cup I'm drinking from. But I get the person Jeff rolls up his window and locks the door. No, Pat, not even. When we used to have events here, and when they were using the big screen in the garage, and they pulled it down, and Jeff would drive by and slow down and look in the garage and look at the cameras on the big screen. It was so crazy. Well, that's good. I'm happy for you. As long as that's. If you're buried in the dirt mound in the basement, your house can't be destroyed in the future. How's that, Shannon? Why not? I want my ashes screen. Yeah, I understand that, Pat. Yeah, a lot of people, my friend Tommy's ashes were scattered at the ocean. I think my friend Wendy, who also died a few years ago, they also scattered her ashes. Yes, you the hell are, Dana, sooner than you think. In-N-Out is overrated. I find them just completely, it's Dema, not Dems. I'm Chick-fil-A. No, Galaxy, go read up about In-N-Out Burger. They do that as well. Don't kid yourself. And I don't like the fact that the burger just is so, I don't know. I don't really care for it. I'm thrilled that they do their fries, but how much do I really eat fries? Not, so. Yeah, Burger Lounge is expensive, but it's Burger Lounge is a gourmet burger joint. And I went there once. I was like, what the? I said, the prices. I said, but the selection was just like, holy crap, talk about gourmet. What type of meat? Do you want ostrich? Do you want beef? Do you want buffalo? I'm like, buffalo, ostrich, what? And then said in certain seasons, they also had alligator. Saying I was going, expensive as hell, but they had it, or venison. I was like, it's the dog. So, that's not the same as Tommy's In-N-Out Burger. Even Fat Burger would be in that same thing because it's a type of a, it's one of those types of things. It's a fast food joint, but they're a little bit more expensive. But the quality of a Fat Burger to In-N-Out and to Tommy's, they're on two different levels. There's this level, and then there's this. Why do I say? Because Fat Burger has a higher quality meat. they have bigger than hell patties. It's not like we're giving you a bunch of thin little patties. No. You want a pound patty, they give you a full 1 pound patty. It's not like a bunch of stacks of little thin little patties. It's amazing. I don't know, Kira, where I want to be. Like I said, just the hillside, dusting the hillside of my ashes. Latimer? Yes, Latimer, I understand the name. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. Hey, Sarah, how are you? You were born in Covina. I become sacred grounds. I don't know about that. You can't bury a body on a property, on a residential thing. There's no, you just can't do that. You can't. I don't want to know what's in this. Who's special sauce? You mean Jack in the Box? I mean, funny. Funny thing is I like Jack in the Box. I don't know why. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, I'll eat if it's around, just because I like the tacos. The secret sauce is pretty good. Fuddruckers. Do you still have a Fuddruckers around? My God, that's like Swenson's used to be around when Fuddruckers was around. Like the other place that there was, that was the Farrell's ice cream. Oh my decadent God. Oh, that's funny. Well, you saw what they did with the gosh darn the Care Bears. What was it that Bears? That was just one night at what was it? One night at Wally's or something. What was the name of it? Seeking horror film. Fatburger is very expensive, but I love them. I die on that hill. Your portions of America are freaking crazy. Yeah, well, it depends where you go, Anna. Some places like to give you more because they figure if they give you more for a cheaper price, that you feel like you're getting a deal. That's why Americans suffer from a little bit of obesity still. Yeah, Fuddruckers, my God. I'm sure they're in Vegas somewhere. Islands, yeah, that was another place that's, long gone. They used to have the Island Burger, which was a hamburger where they had the grilled chicken breast, and then they put on the teriyaki sauce, and they popped on the slice of pineapple. That was, oh my God. Really? The Jack in the Box is up there because it's a franchise. So the franchisees in that area know what's going to sell and work well. So that's good. That's great. Oh, you don't know? Yeah, Fuddruckers was like Barrels, and that's. I think Fuddruckers is gone. Demo, what part of the world are you in? Yeah, because you have KFC, Dana. That's all you have in Kentucky. And McDonald's. Don't forget McDonald's. So don't forget, we're going to get our slop and our slash at McDonald's. Good. It's a McRib time of the year. We're going to eat some good old McRibs, aren't we there, sweetie? Yeah. Bob's Big Boy used to be something. Yeah, my father used to do that. Love that. Farrell's in Florida. Wow. Bob's Big Boy. They used to be something. Golden Corral. Oh, you're in Nashville. Oh, God. Red Robin. Poison Burgers Central. How funny. Bob's Big Boy was awesome. Yeah. Those were old, long days long since past. I heard about the Andy Williams thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of McDonald's. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out because it's 9:15. I've been on for an hour and 14 minutes, which means I started at 8:03, which isn't terribly bad. And I haven't done much pushing and plugging for the movie and the doc series either, and I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of that. You need Ale 8s. What's Ale 8s? Is that a restaurant? Is it a bar? Is it a type of a beer? Pink's makes a decent burger. I've never had the burgers at Pink's. The only thing I've had are the goddamn hot dogs, because it's like you go to the beach and you're going to go to a seafood restaurant, you're going to order a fucking steak. Excuse me. You're at a seafood restaurant where seafood is what they are known for, and you're ordering steak. It's like going to Pink's, like I said, and I'm ordering a burger. They're known for their hot dogs, sweetheart. Boone Tavern. Is it still there, Annie, or is it gone? It's a pop. Oh, it's a pop? It's not beer. It's not a beer. Ale 8s. What is it? Well, damn it, if you want to see the movie, in the description is the link to rent the movie. For 3 days, it's $4. You stop it, concerned I went to Jack in the Box when I gave up. No. You go to McDonald's when you give up. Jack in the Box is, to me, just one step above Mickey D's. I said one step, not a lot, not a big step, but just one, I personally. Oh, yeah, well, Carl's Jr., I like Carl's. I've liked Wendy's. And it's rubbish, by the way. I love your place. Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. From under the other side of the globe, literally from here we are. You're all the way over here, closer to Antarctica than you are to us. But yes, when is this for these McDonald's? Jesus Christ! Some of the things you guys are posting is. I just noticed the light died. What the fuck? Because I'm looking at myself in the see, you have to remember, I'm looking at you through the camera and I see this gosh John like, wait, I'm not, they're not. What died? Oh, it died. The guy, oh, shit, hold on. Excuse me. Thank you. You know what to do? Give me some light. I want some light. Little light. Light. Jesus Christ, that was hot. I'm sorry, guys. Whoa. Don't look up my nose. Or look up your new old address. No, I'm sorry. The light, the battery that I was working with the light ran out. Want to see my battery? I kid you not. That's the battery. So the battery went out. So we were saying, oh, and the light just got. Would you guys give me some chivy? Don't turn off. Oh, right. What's this? What am I doing? I'll tell you. Well, thanks. You see what I'm doing? I got this laptop so I can type on this since I can't get to the keyboard because it's all far away. So I can afford $4. Wait, back up. True, those can't be beat. It's true for $3.99, doubles, pay a lot, but you get twice the food. That's pretty good. I'm all for that, damn it. Home barbecue, nothing like it. Of course, home barbecue, there's nothing like it. I mean, I love home barbecue. I make plenty of it. I just don't feel like eating a lot of extra pork fat, so I kind of like trim it down. Yeah, it is quiet tonight. I've noticed that. Well, thanks, JJ. But again, like I said, and as you guys have seen on my videos, when we're not looking for ghosts is most of the time, and most of the time when they want to jack, if they want to interrupt, they do. And you've seen the videos we've had here when I've been interviewed on the balcony, and just when the hell they want to just interact, they just go about their business. It's like, well, I heard that, and you guys have seen me on the live shows. People have said, I just heard somebody talking in the background. I was going, the hell you could have, because I'm here by myself. And then upon review, people say, at this time, listen to this. I'm going, holy shit. So. They painted it gray and black. That's pretty sad, Annie. Well, if the food's good, then and they give you twice as much for the value, you gotta love that. Dana, when you come out to LA, we'll go out and we'll get you some of that Ale 8. I've seen your videos of you drinking it. So yes, I know what you're saying. It says AL and it's got this 8 in the middle of it. Right. Oh, Sonny, don't start talking food to me, please. I am famished. I spent 8 hours at the Gosh Darn Horse Show yesterday, which is great. Did you guys saw that? It's in my Instagram account, the video of of Kristen and her horses. Yeah, so everyone hit the like button. Corn and carrots and zucchini and broccoli and mushrooms. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, on the grill. Grill it up. Love it. Yeah, the figurines haven't gotten knocked over since we put them up earlier, and everybody thought that the doll had moved. Yeah, Kira, exactly. So, Kira, when are you going to be in LA next? Yes, of course I'll make a barbecue. You bring the food, I'll make the barbecue. You know, get some roasted, take some full garlic cloves, wrap them in tinfoil, and then cut the tops off first and put a little olive oil across the top. You know, scrunch the top, put it on the grill, and then take it off, and you have roasted garlic cloves, and you spread it all over these the French baguettes. Yeah, Musso and Frank's, that would be something. I haven't been there in years. Maybe Coles will still be there as well. Well, thanks, Concern. I'm glad you enjoyed the book. Yeah, the book Concern is referring to as now it's working. Look at how beautiful this formation is. That's the lava lamp. I also have one that's a little bit taller and larger than that. Oh, asparagus is great with a little pineapple is okay grilled. I mean, I'm not big in that. I prefer asparagus and stuff like that. They were referring to this book. I'm sorry, Sharon. I will not do that to you. This is my book, Ghost of Cielo Drive. You order a copy, and I will sign it and inscribe it. Well, something like this. Don't hold me to it. And you'll get it in a couple of days. It's $20 and it's $5 for shipping. And no, we do not make any money on the shipping on that. Again, you can go to ghostsofcielodrive.com and get yourself a copy. Yeah, I know I have to drink some water, but I'm still going to be hungry after I drink some water. All right, Kira, that sounds good. Yes, roasted garlic. I love it. I haven't had it in a while, but it's so good for you. Except you end up having terrible, terrible gas. But it helps clear your blood. So if the side effects are you have terrible gas, which just means you fart a lot, and it cleans your blood, it's good to have. I can't stand pushing anything. I just want people to buy the book since it's not on Amazon, and I don't know if it ever will be. Grilled pineapple salsa on fish tacos. Well, if I like pineapple grilled and I like fish and I like tacos with fish in it, that'd be something else. But since I don't, I shucked green beans today and they were so good. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't stand that. That is the most tedious job of taking green beans, cutting the top, and then taking that string right down the middle of it. I hate that. If there's one thing that I couldn't stand when it was prepping food, it was doing those because if you don't, and you leave the gosh darn string right down the length of the bean, you're sitting there and you got this stupid string that is like made out of Teflon, and it will not break as you chew. It's the worst. Grilled mango is better. I've never had grilled mango, but I love mango, so I can imagine that must be very interesting. Very funny, Sonny. But because the garlic is basically pushing through your pores, huh? Yeah, it is. It's the oldest standing restaurant that's still in business in Hollywood. Yes, I think it was 1919 when they started Musso and Frank's. When you have gas, take Beano. What are we doing commercials for? Peppermint and how to solve gas problems? Come on. Kira, I'm not much of a fan of fish tacos because I don't like fish. So that's why I wouldn't be doing that myself. But yeah, whatever floats your boats, guys. The Romans would eat raw garlic. to strengthen the blood as they marched. I can't imagine eating raw garlic for one reason. It burns. My tongue burns when I'm eating the smallest amount of raw garlic. It's like that spicy. It's a hot spice. I'm really not into it. But I love grilled garlic. I'd rather eat peanut butter and onion sandwiches. Onion, really? Peanut butter and onion sandwich. Wow. Sauteed mushrooms with butter. All right, Sonny, let's stop discussing different wonderfully delicious dinner recipes for side dishes using garlic, that is. You don't like garlic. I like eating garlic when it's cooked, usually. Fresh garlic is a little bit tough to take. Salmon. Salmon's fish. I don't eat any fish. I'm really not a fish person myself. It is, but they smell so good. Yeah, that's great. We got to stop talking food because the next thing you're going to do is you're going to see me saying goodnight, and then I'm going to be driving my ass off to one of two places because it's so freaking late on a Sunday night. I'm either going to drive 12 miles to gosh darn the nearest gosh darn not Fat Burger, to Tommy's Original Burgers, or I'm going to go to Westwood and stop by Fat Burger, or I'll go to Westwood and I'll go to Taco Bell. I just had some really good Mexican food last night at the Horse Ranch. I mean, out near the Burbank LA Equestrian Center in Burbank. So Ella just threw up. What do you mean? What? Your dog just threw up? Oh boy. Bankers can't eat garlic. That's just a myth. Bankers? No, it's the vampires, not bankers. Oh, you're referring to bankers there, vampires. I got that. Is all this okay concerned? Well, I can make salmon. I can make trout. I can do grilled stuff on the. I just don't like eating it. I am not. Yeah, salmon with garlic and butter. Yeah, and a little rosemary as well to add a little flavor to it. All right. Even though I said I don't like eating fish, doesn't mean that this conversation discussing fish isn't making me as an edible food product, not one of the not referring to the ones in the tank. But since we're talking about food, it's still making me freaking hungry. Tomato sandwiches? Oh my God, Dana, stop it. Why is everybody talking about food? Why don't you have snacks? Really? Good question. Why don't I have snacks? Well, I have hummus and pita bread, but I usually have that for lunch to keep my weight down. And I really don't feel like having it late at night. God. What? Enough food talk. Thank you. Shannon, you're talking on my gosh darn on the board. That doesn't exactly help me when I'm hungry. And worst off, son of a bitch, I did it again. I don't have. I hope Elvis is okay. Vampires being typo. Oh, let me just come on. Wait, guys, I want to get to all chat, not just top chat crap. See, there's so many. I'm missing so much of the gosh darn comments that are being put up there by people. Fidel ate all the chips. He ate, yeah, Fidel had a good amount of chips. That was without a doubt. Spam, Chris. You don't know where it's coming from or where it's been. Bad joke. Shannon. Then set it up. We'll do some type of a screening here at the house. You stop it. Galaxy, ask me if I care. Hey, well, no, one thing's for sure. He isn't eating my goddamn fucking French fries at the Rainbow Bar Grill. That's a certainty. Oh, God. You had to say that. You really had to go there, Galaxy. So bad. Oh, God. No, Shannon's not lying, damn it. She means that. Oh my God, Sonny, you are too funny. All right, Kara, do you know anybody that knows Keanu Reeves? I don't know if I asked you this before. All right, I'm going to go off in 23 seconds. A minute, an hour and a half is plenty, and I am so hungry. So again, check out my TikTok channel, please. Subscribe. I need 1,000 people to subscribe to my channel on TikTok so I can go live and do events there. Excuse me. But what we'll do is we'll do 2 cameras. One will be TikTok, the other will be YouTube. Bada bing, bada bang. Thanks, PJ. Thanks for stopping by again. The good falafels. Yeah, there used to be a good falafel place in Westwood called the Falafel King. It moved from one place to another, and then they disappeared. And the only problem I always remember about falafel and shawarma gave me the wickedest gosh darn heartburn. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go down the hill and get something. I'm starving. We'll be here next time. Well, thank you, Shannon. It's always a pleasure. You guys are great. Will YouTube still be your main channel? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen people do. I said, "What do you have 2 cameras? I have 2 phones." He goes, "Well, one's for YouTube, one's for TikTok." And I'm like, "Oh my fuck!" And then the people that were here today helped me set up the TikTok channel. I said, "Yeah, a lot of people do that." I'm like, "One." He goes, "Oh yeah, they want to stream on both platforms." Boy, you've been quiet tonight, haven't you, spirits? Come over and I'll fix dinner. Well, thanks, Dem. I appreciate that. Evie, don't worry about it. It's going to be a little while. I have to get 1,000 people, first. I don't even know what I'm getting, Galaxy. I have to figure out what the hell I'm going to do for dinner now. Shit. And there's no such thing as mustard on the chili burgers, the double chili cheese. It's more like a clump of chili cheese coming on to me. So, well, thank you very much, Concerned. I'm glad you guys have fun. And again, I appreciate that. You just ate dinner? Yeah, I oh, God, I got to eat. All right. So like I said, rent the movie, tell your friends about the book, buy the book. What, Evie? If it comes to effect the 1600 ban, I will not. Oh, really? Oh, Evie. What do you mean, seedy? You're killing me. What do you mean, seedy, Sonny? Seedy Sonny. Name on TikTok is the Oman House _. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon's always like, David, go out and eat. David, get off. Go to sleep, David. It's tired. David, you're tired. Shannon, you are like I'm not going to say it. You remind me of my mom. Oh, you're too funny. Yeah, I got to figure out. I just don't know what the hell. If I'm going to drive all the way to the valley and get the gosh darn Tommy's Burgers, or if I'm going to go, or if I'm not going to, I got to eat something. I can't. I'm thinking, no, I'm going to starve myself. It's like hell. See, Shannon, stop it. I mean it in a nice way. Bon appetit. Thank you, Dema. Like what? Oh, really, Sonny? Wow. Ha ha ha. Tears if you drink liquid enough. Chris, are you stoned or stupid? I read what you said. Are you nuts? A, do you have any idea what that liquid is? Do you? You don't, do you? I forgot what the fuck it was. It's like mineral, because I found out what the fuck it was. Yes, I broke one of them. What a wicked fucking mess. Bad. Really bad. Bad stuff. You don't think of, oh, I'll drink that. $200? You couldn't give me 200 million to drink it because, as I remember, it's like, this is like a mineral oil. And that's freaking candle wax, believe it or not. And this stuff is so fucking hot right now. I think it was like 150 degrees temperature to get to the point where it's actually melting. No. Yeah, I want to be around tomorrow too. I don't know, Weez. Thanks a lot. I'm going to try to figure that out. No, probably next time I don't think I'll have snacks. I don't like having snacks around. Bannon Australia. Oh boy. Don't start saying that, Evie. They're trying to protect children, that's all. No, I don't have any pretzels down. I wish I did, but then I'd want to drink a beer or something to wash it down with. So, Jake, Puerto Rican power. Hello, David. Hey, Jackie, nice to see you. All right, I gotta go. It's been an hour and 35 minutes, and I am famished and disgustingly disturbed about where the hell am I getting tonight's late night snack from? See, it'd be different if I was endorsing. Look, if I had some kind of a sponsorship for Taco Bell or In-N-Out Burger. No, I've like that. Number one, right? No, not them. Taco Bell, Fat Burger, Tommy's Original. Then I'd be there in a heartbeat. My God, if you don't drive now, you'll hesitate and stay home. No, I'm not like that. Even if I don't right now, I'll get around to it and figure where do I want. Oh, excuse me, what I want from where. Um, no, since I just. What are you guys thinking? See, need emergency snacks. No, Demo, you're without a shadow of a doubt, you're right. Emergency snacks, the problem is there's always an emergency and the snacks are already gone. So by the time the real emergency happens, it's like, oh, I ate them up. Then it's like, yeah. That's why when I go to Tommy's Burgers and they're on sale for like $3.99 for one double chili cheeseburger, I buy five for $20 in tax. Why? Because I come home, I snack on the one, the other four go in the refrigerator. The next day, I pull one out, put it in the microwave, take it out. I'm eating that one, and for the next 4 days, I've got burgers, for lunch. So, Uber Eats. The problem with Uber Eats is it's worth Hamburger Hamlet. No, I think the Hamlet doesn't even exist. I don't remember where there is one anymore. Now, when you're paying extra for the delivery and all that crap, why not just, for the amount of money it costs extra for the Uber Eats and the time it takes, I can be from here to the place, and I don't even think, as a matter of fact, on Uber Eats, they can't give you the $3.99 special. So you're paying like $8 for the same burgers. So I can drive out there, order there, bring them back, and sit down. And by the time I'm done eating the first burger, Uber Eats still hasn't arrived. Because you remember the other night when Rob bought the double chili cheeseburger and the chili cheese fries and the 20-ounce Pepsi, it didn't get here till like 2:30 in the morning. So it took about an hour and a half, and I was starving. No, they're just trying to protect to make sure that they're trying to combat against child pornography and those that are kids that are accessing those things they shouldn't be accessing. Yeah, that's why I said to you, Evie, that's very cheap for $3.99 for double. Fright Burger would be a cool, cheesy horror film. Will you stop it? You're too funny. Did anybody figure out that stupid movie that's out now about Weekend at Willie's or something? That's the horror film with those big characters, like the Funhouse characters. Yeah, Demo, no, I've got popcorn. I don't want to make popcorn. No popcorn, no pizza. I can make pizza here, but I don't want to. I'd rather save that. That's the emergency frozen foods I save for emergencies. This is not that emergency. Yeah, it's way too expensive with Uber Eats. I can just go drive out there. Time is just 20. Oh, shit. Oh, crap. No. I'll tell you why I'm saying shit, oh, crap. Because I need to know if the assholes are still even open right this second. Here, God damn it. God. Tommy. Tommy's Burgers. No, Tommy's Original. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to gosh darn to Westwood not Fat Burger. Well, I could go to Fat Burger. I could go to what's his face, Taco Bell. But again, I really don't want Taco Bell. What? God damn it! Google Tommy's Original Burgers. Yeah, I'm not driving to downtown. I'm not driving to Hollywood. I'm not driving to Valley Village. Son of a bitch. Where the hell is it? Come on, man. Is that the closest one? Yeah, there it is. Victory. Just there on Friday night, damn it. No. Closes 2 a.m. I guess I'm safe. Oh, I'm so hungry. God damn it. I'm trying to get from Tommy's Burgers. I can't believe it. What am I doing? All right. Yes, I fed that. Everybody's been fed, just me. I'm always the last. I was at TMNT anniversary screen the other night at Vivo. Yeah, I haven't gone to the movies in too many goddamn years myself. I never give my actual. You never, you never give your actual birth date and you never make one up. Well, that's interesting. All right, look, I'm going to go. It's been a fun night, been crazy. You guys have been fantastic as always. I just can't, no, Taco Bell, not healthy at all. I know. Wait. And you think Tommy's original burgers is that much better? Seriously, Taco Bell and Tommy's is, it's in the same bucket. The bucket of chum you're throwing over while you're looking for gosh darn great white sharks, Don. Yeah, you got your chum there. Yeah, good. Now make sure, Brody, stop ringing the bell. The goddamn shark will be well ferreted, your dumbass, if you don't keep it going. Keep chumming. That's right. Hooper, what are you doing? Help Brody. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Now, as I was saying, the same crap that's in these buckets of chum, that's Taco Bell. That's In-N-Out Burger. That's also Tommy's Burger, especially their cheese. It drives the goddamn sharks fucking nuts. Let me tell you, nothing you can have. It's okay to eat bad every so often. Tell that to the shark who has to eat you. He's not going to be happy, Probably spit you out after he takes one bite of your gnarly ass. I swear. I was born in SoCal in 1932. No, 1922. I fought on the Great Indianapolis. We delivered the bomb. That bomb. The one that hit Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The bomb. Yeah. 1,742 men went into the water. 252 came out 10 days later. It was sickening. You have no idea what it's like. I ran into a friend of mine the other day. He said, Bobby, how you doing? I backed him on the head. He went bouncing up and down like a cork. You see, the sharks took him from the waist down in the middle of the night. It's a miserable thing. You look in those eyes. They're cold, dead eyes. And right as they bite into you, their eyes turn white. The cover goes over and the water turns blood red and you're chilled to the bone as he bites through your skin and through your muscle and your tissue and snaps a big chunk of you off. And then swims away. A mighty piece of work there was. What else does who want from me? You sound like Neeson, I'm trying to be Robert Shaw. I know I don't have his temperament in his vocal cords or his drinking ability, but I was trying to personify the man. You're gonna need a bigger greasy burger, Chief. These sharks are fucking hungry. Brody, Hooper, help him with the goddamn chum. I'm gonna go out and pick up some burgers for the goddamn assholes. They like them greasy and wet. just like their women. Now what? What do they want from you? What does who want from me? Evie, what do you want? Wheezy, what do they? Oh, sorry about that. What are you in the mood for? Burgers, tacos, Chinese? No. We all know the story about Chinese food. Half an hour after you've had it, you're hungry again. That's why you never have a Chinese wife. You can't get enough, and she knows it. Now you're the old drunk from Jaws. Not the old, the captain of the fucking orca was who that was. You don't remember the old drunk? Is that what you refer to Robert Shaw's performance and character as the old drunk? Jesus Christ. He's the goddamn one of the, he's the protagonist. He's your, I'm going to say this and you won't understand this. He's your Captain Ahab to your Moby Dick. No, not your dick. I meant Moby Dick, the white whale, great white shark, Ahab, great white sperm whale. You get that, right? That was decent. It was okay. If I had the dialogue in front of me, I was a little bit more rehearsed with it and knew it. That was all ad-libbed, you know. I was just pulling it out my ass. The women at Tommy's want David. I got to take a Tums right now because I'm getting terrible acid reflux. Whatever I had earlier in the evening. Boy, I don't know if we're going to make it to Tums without throwing up. The parents should keep their kids in place as my daughter does with the grandkids. Yeah, well, you know, that's... let's not get into parenting. A, I don't have kids. B, I don't want kids. And C, I couldn't tell you how to deal with the situations that parents have in this. He was not the drunk captain. He was a tormented soul. God, I'm having to explain the distinct character that was Robert Shaw in that movie. He wasn't the drunk captain. Jesus Christ, that is so funny. No, it's not. I don't have to win. It's not accurate. He was drinking because he was tormented by the fact that he was one of the few survivors of the great, which is true, Indianapolis, aircraft. What was it? The battleship Indianapolis that delivered the bomb components to Tinian, the island of Tinian, off of Japan 80 years ago to basically end World War II. So he was that was his inner conflict, as we say, as an actor. You want to strive and look for that which makes the character tick. That's the reason why he drank. That's why he was killing the goddamn shark. I can't believe I'm fucking having a discussion about the freaking character points and the plot points of this movie and this book. First of all, go read the fucking book. Forget the movie. The movie was great. You read the book, it's even better because it's all playing out in your head. Yes, Robert Shaw died way too young. Shut Galaxy, stop it. Unfortunately, that's kind of it, Wheeze, as a lot of parents do that. That's why I said I didn't want to get into this whole thing. My kids are 3 cats, Jackie. You have 11 cats. I've had up to 6 cats and 2 dogs, but, that's not where we are today. My kid is 30. Yeah, he was drinking because he wanted more lines in the film. That's not why he was drinking. He's so classic. That's great. I love this. This would be the funniest guy. This would be funny as hell if we scripted this out and we said, all right, this is a young person's perception of the Gen Z or Gen Y, whatever you want to call yourselves. And this is the perspective of the person who was around at the time when the movie was made, trying to listen in the battle between the two of them, trying to describe the same movie. And Jaws being that movie, it's hysterical. I hope you get that. No, Galaxy, it's great. I love that. I'm telling you, it's like people go, what do you, it would be so outlandish. People would crack the fuck up. Oh, God. You're not, look, Dema, you're not the crazy cat lady. When I was growing up as a kid, my mother knew this woman named Mrs. Bradshaw. Mrs. Bradshaw's house I went to like once or twice when I was a kid. I think she had like 75 fucking cats in this fucking house. And at the time, my mom told me I was allergic to cats, and I went and I was in heaven. It was just, and it wasn't a big house. I mean, this is a big house. You have 75 cats in this house. That would be okay. Her house, as I recall as a kid, was probably about 500 square feet, 1-story, old type of cottage type of thing. It was crazy. This Chad is gold. Yeah, he was a tremendous actor. He was great in everything he did. We love Bruce. You're talking about the shark, Bruce the shark. Very funny. Yes, Jim Morrison's father was a rear admiral in World War II. Yes. I don't know what it has to do with Jaws. Oh, we're talking about the Indianapolis, right? No, he's not. He's known for The Deep with Jacqueline Bisset. He's known for a bunch of movies he did with, not Kelly's Heroes. He played a German in a World War II movie in the 60s. In the late 60s, early 70s, Bruce was the best. You're not crazy. Richard Dreyfuss went at it. Well, they had conflicts in their approach to acting. One was a method actor and the other one wasn't. And that's as sure as hell as you can say it. And it doesn't matter what it is that you use to get into character and how you treat that gift of being an actor and being able to make those characters believable and real. That's where where some actors get hung up on, well, if that's the way he's working, fine. If it works, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't affect your ability to work opposite of that person, no matter what it is that they use to get in their head into that character, because that's what really counts. Yeah, no, I got it, Sonny. I know. It's not that they prefer different liquor. That's not it. It was just, like I said, it's the approach to the characters. And some characters, some people who, like Johnny Depp, great example. He wants to be called the name of that character from the start, when they start shooting, to the end of the production, meaning he's always in that character for the entire time that they're shooting. Not a lot of people, some people don't like that. And he goes, I want you to refer to me as Jack. If you're talking to me and we're off camera, I want you to call me Jack, because it helps me stay in character. It's like, fine, I will do that. It's stupid in my estimation, but some people can't do it otherwise. My mother, who was an acting coach, used to say, goes, that's really sad, because that's the last thing you want to do. Because that's where actors go kooky, she used to say, because they can't separate their personal life from the character's life, and sometimes it blends in, and that's where people, she used to say, get a little lost in their head. And they've said this before. Some actors, example, Peter Sellers, had no self-identity. He knew not of who he was, because he was always in character, always playing a different person. This is a fact. This is not something I'm making up. So that's what I'm saying to you. Battle of the Bulge. Yeah, he played the German tank commander, right. But he was in other movies as well. Galaxy, I don't know anything about that, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that it's been known that he wants that some actors want to be called the character throughout the production, even when the cameras aren't rolling, when they're just hanging out. That's how he wants to be known as, and that's how he wants to be addressed. And he gets very upset if you don't, and he doesn't like, because that's how he wants to do it. Fine, crazy as it sounds, if it works for him, great. But that's neither here. There's method acting, and then there's the Strasberg, which was also the method. But like I said, to me, well, I've only done a few things, but like I said, I wouldn't want that. I'd hate that. I'd hate to be stuck in that character and playing that when I'm not in a scene. Maybe a few minutes after the scene to come down out of that characterization, fine, but never to run that gamut the whole way through from the start of the production to the end of the production. Forget it. Because again, To me personally, I lose sight of what is who I am, my own personal identity. And that's something that my mom says, yeah, some people do that. It messes them up for their entire lives because they're always on, as people say. They're never themselves. They're never in their own head. They're always in the space of that personage that they're creating. So, you know. Dema, not as many as you think. It's very, very rare. I think Tom Cruise is also one that likes to do that. To me, I guarantee you, if you could talk to Lee Strasberg and those that created the method, they say that's extreme. They would not be one that would applaud that. And I don't really care what works for somebody else is fine. To me, it's a sign of dementia because you have to be able to have boundaries. And that's the exact opposite of that. Probably, Sonny, it's the same thing. It's a performer's lifestyle where they created a persona and they can't get out of it because they've got themselves so wound up in that persona that they don't know reality from. That's why, like I said, every time I meet a celebrity, I'm always very keen in senses about just listening and hearing them speak and just paying attention to small, subtle signs. And, watching, like I said, you've heard me say before about Lindsay Lohan. When she was here, she wasn't on set. That's who she was. There wasn't any, I say this, but there were no bones about who she was. She presented herself as she was. And I saw it full force, full frontal. And I was like, you know something? You're a quick study, honey. I'm not impressed. And I was not in any way, shape, or form like, wow. And furthermore, more importantly, that's their chosen profession. That does not come with the bill of fare or the license to do whatever the fuck you want, to treat people however the fuck you want, without concerning yourself for who these people are and respecting them in their own home and being cordial, polite, and nice. If you have to put on an act of that, of being respectful towards people in their own home, then so you shall do. But to carry on and behave the way she did when she was here, unacceptable behavior for an adult. From a child that's spoiled, shitless, rotten, and thinks the world is at the end of this string, the parents should have spanked that child and told them, no, you do not behave that way in public, and you will not act as such an egregious, prima donna-esque type of way towards somebody. Who do you think you are? I don't care that you're a celebrity, that you're a film, that you're a movie star, a TV star. That's as much as I could give a shit. It's how you treat people that you're judged upon. And when you treat people with less than respect and courtesy, why should I have any issue of having to feel like I have to be better than you or treat you better than you're treating me? I treat you the same way in response. So that's what I said. No, son, it's not your fault. But like I said, oh yeah, the Sting was great. There's another movie he was in. Well, that's good, Brian. That's the reason why we put it in there, so it would stick in your head. So when you closed your eyes, you'd hear the sound of the crunching bones, which I made sure that was in there because it was a technique that Alfred Hitchcock had presented, saying, make your audience close their eyes and then hit them over the head with the acoustics because their own imagination will mess with them more than you possibly know. So I have to admit that. Tim Creasy, I guess, again, Shannon, good night, Galaxy. Take care. In for some ultra shocks in life. Well, you would have thought that would have happened. This is too funny. Get going, Tim. It was nice seeing you. My point is about Lindsay is that it's the attitude. It would have been one thing had she been nice and humble and respectful and generously kind. But that's not what I felt. That's not what I got. I had this demanding little insipid childlike brat complaining about this isn't this. And this isn't like after days or weeks of hanging out. This was in the first 6 minutes of their presence in my home. Do you want to talk about putting somebody off and making them feel like, you know something? I've seen all I need to see of you. I know exactly who you are. I'm not terribly impressed with who and what you are about. And with that attitude, I don't see who the hell's going to put up with it. And why should anybody put up with it, was my point. And that was it. I just felt like, you know, you want to be abusive to me in my house within the first 5 minutes of walking in? I knew exactly what she was about. And I was like, and then come to see that she's on television doing 2 different national television commercials for 2 large corporations. I think one was Verizon. I forgot the other one was. I'm going, I don't believe it. She came back. It's like, you know, it's like hives, or it's like shingles. You don't ever want to see it back. It's not smart or smart. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not an isolated incident. I guarantee you, I am not the only person that has that experience under their belt and engaging with her. And furthermore, like I said, when she left the house, it was like, oh, it was very nice meeting you. It was like nothing happened. Everything was just smooth as silk to that point. And she was just saying, oh, I'm just leaving. So nice to make your acquaintance, blah, blah. I'm going. And at that moment, I thought, gee, I could be an asshole and say, fuck you, blah, blah. I could just say, oh, I can play at this game. And I did. I said, better take the high road and say, nice meeting you too. Pleasure to have you here. Have a nice night, whatever. And that was it. Sam. Well, you know, that's some people are like that. A lot of other people aren't like that. Have at least enough common courtesy to be respectful of somebody who's inviting them into their home on their time. She didn't pay anything to come here. She just came here. A lot of people come to visit. And so most celebrities, most people that are famous that visit, including people of political persuasions from across the globe, have all been really genuinely appreciative and nice, and always were warm and receptive to my warmth and reception of them being in the house. She was one of the few that ever really just, you know, did what she did. But that's who she was. Very funny, Shannon. Look, I'm getting out of here. I'm starving. I gotta eat. Yeah, no kidding, Jackie. Well, look, if it wasn't for the reboot of Freaky Friday that she did with Jamie Lee Curtis, you wouldn't be hearing of her right now. She'd still be in Abu Dhabi, because that's where she's been the past 5 years or 6 years. So, look, you know, there's an old saying in Hollywood: you get a second chance, you better make good on it. Meaning, if you got a second chance and you got back into the good graces of people wanting to see you in a movie, you should really be smart in using that opportunity to continue your career. Otherwise, there really are no third acts in the career. You choose your first act, and you're lucky if you get a second act and come back after years gone by. And with the advent of the remake and the reboot and the sequels that 25 years later, she's gotten lucky. So, you know, good for her. She's never walking in this house again, that's for sure. No, there's no excuse for it, Brian. People, you know, like I said, I take people on how they treat me, not, you know. Yeah, I know, Shannon. I agree with you on that one. I call her Lindsay Klepto Lohan. Exactly, Sonny. It's exactly that. And that's what I said, you know, fine. Useless. Doesn't need to be coming here and visiting. I think it was 2011 or 12. Again, it's in the book. So, all right, David, you have 64 likes. Who's it first? Really? 64 likes on TikTok? What? Wow, I just need to get 1,000, subscribers on that. Promise you this: you won't see anything distasteful on my videos on TikTok. You know I don't do that shit. I won't. Talking about Lindsay Lohan, I don't talk about that as distasteful. I'm talking about a factual incident that I had to deal with. But look, in any event, I'm out of here. You guys have been good. 2 hours. I'm starving. It's already I'm going off to get something to eat. You guys have a good night. Thank you again. Remember, share the link to the book and the link to the movie. See what you guys can do. If anybody knows Keanu Reeves, send me a message, please. Thank you, spirits. I'm sure you know him too. But I need somebody that can speak to him in person to talk to him about the house. So this is very funny, Jackie. Bon appetit. Not when you're talking about about Chinese original hamburgers. That's no bon appetit. Well, thank you. And spread the word about the TikTok, the link there. I appreciate it. I'm going to go off there and buy 5 Tommy's double chili cheeseburgers right now and make myself some happy times for the next couple of days. So, again, thank you very much. Have a good evening. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. And, again, subscribe to the stream. You know what to do. If this thing does, that is. Yes, there it is. Oman out.